we go. It's Marky Mark's Terror Hub. Shit. I've been on the wrong browser again. Oh well, it's all good. It don't matter. No one cares. Oh my god. These people are weird. Yeah, of course. I don't know why people live in denial every day. I really don't. I don't know how people just like to lie all day. I never understood why people like to lie. Like, you don't want to tell the truth? Like, since when that's what you've been taught? Fucking delusional to me, but whatever. People want to lie all day, that's up to them. Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Pure lying assholes in this world. Not my problem. It's some crazy shit. Pretty sad. It's really, really sad that people are really dumb. Anyway, yeah. Oh, good Lord. Thank God tomorrow's a holiday. Why are they shit like shit from way back then? Who the heck is that? These people are still going on about this shit. That's crazy. That's crazy as shit. Hey, Maria. I'm doing good. Yes, it's been a minute. Hopefully you're all right. I was over here looking at Facebook and how delusional people are. There's a lot of cray people in this world, I tell you. I think people just love attention. I never bring any attention to myself because I don't like attention. And these people be like, look at me, look at me. I'm gonna talk shit to the whole world and let everybody know all my fucking business and everybody know everything about me. I don't get why people do that. Like, man, shut the fuck up and go sleep. Like, why are you gonna post like every fucking day? You know, yeah. I mean, we're all critics, you know, we all can criticize and have opinions, that's fine. But like when you go online just to talk about yourself and your life and like post pictures of yourself, ain't nobody worry about your whole ass. Like, if you was a good person, you don't do that shit. And you don't post yourself up every day. Why don't you post a picture of Jesus and pray to him every day that you unbecome a hoe or become a decent person in your damn life. I tell you, but these people are crazy, and they be saying like random shit just to get attention, just to get like a like or a comment. What happened, girl? Oh no, really? Oh no, shit. I don't know what's wrong with these people. They be cracking me up. Hey, Miss Bikini, how you doing? Man. Social media is like beyond crazy. Like people, I know a lot of people who like they look for attention and they be talking about like their whole life. Like, and I'm like, nobody cares and nobody asks. Like, why are you talking about your whole life on here? Like, shit, man. Yeah, I remember you told me in Marty's room. That sucks. Well, when you get setbacks and things happen, it's spirit's way of saying you need a break. Time to relax, time to recover, time to heal, time to take a step back and just, enjoy life for a bit. And, just do what you got to do to recover and chill. Yeah. Yeah. I went to my mom and dad's this morning to cut their grass, and I did a little extra stuff there. And, I fought my pain in my legs and my back a little bit because when I do too much work, my back starts to get stiff. Even with the back brace, like it still, hurts. Not like serious pain where I can't move, but like it. After I start doing about a half an hour worth of work, it starts to like aggravate me. And then I still had like another half an hour to go, and I was like, "It's okay, Mark. You just breathe, take your time, you know, and just you know fight through the pain and just get it all done. Tomorrow's a holiday. You got the weekend to relax. All is good. Just go for it. Drink some water." And that's what I did. I just paced myself, did what I had to do, and that's it. I ain't complaining. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And then otherwise, that I have to pay somebody to do, which I don't want to. I rather do it myself. Then I went to the grocery store and I saw my widow neighbor. Spoke to her for a while, see how she's doing, and she said that her husband didn't really have a will, but he put her name down as like the to get a widow pension. So she's happy about that. And then she said that like he has a daughter from his first marriage, and the house belongs to him. So if he has no will, which he doesn't, the daughter can take the house. And if she's like a, you know, if she feels like it, she could say, "All of you get the fuck out." So she said she has to get a legal advice and see how what she can do. But because she's the wife, she thinks she's got more of a right to the house, obviously, which I would say yes, because I don't think that you're. I mean, he didn't have a will, so obviously it has to go to your wife. But the daughter thinks that she's gonna get something from it, but he didn't leave her in the will. But she says that she's acting like she wants to fight for it, and I'm like, people are just so weird, man. And the house is in bad shape. It needs a lot of work. If it were to go on the market, it would be like it'll be no value, not that much value whatsoever. So she kind of had tears in her eyes because she just wants to, live peacefully. And that's why I encourage everybody to like if you get married, don't wait. I know some people don't like to do that shit, like, but you have to have a will, like, so that way nobody gets fucked. I felt bad for her. Hey, Ozzy, how you doing? Yeah, see, there you go. See, that's sad. Yeah. Well, it's like my auntie. My auntie and uncle had a will. They didn't have no kids, so they put 17 of us in. All of their nieces and nephews on both sides was 17 of us. And they put us all in the will, and we were all gonna get a good bit of money, but we never knew like anything, right? So when my uncle died, my auntie took 5 people off the will that was on his side, and then he left 3, and the rest was all our side, my mom and sister's side. So then my mom tried to convince her to take off more people because they don't give a fuck about her, and she shouldn't be giving her like hard-earned money and the house to someone who don't people to her nieces and nephews who don't deserve it. But she never got around to it because then she got sick and then she died, right? So the will has 12 of us on there. And out of those 12 people, I know, I think 9 of them. I know I know 9 of the 12. The other 3 I don't know. Never met them. And the 3 that I don't know, they contested the will. And they caused all this mayhem, all this problem, and they caused that shit between themselves. Like it was a brother, a sister, and a first cousin, all on my uncle's side. And they contested what they were getting because they felt like they should one person got more than the other and blah blah blah. And it wasn't even like that. They just read the shit wrong. And it was so hilarious. I was like, these fucking people are so dumb. Like you can't read this fucking thing and understand what it says. But people like they just it's like all this will shit is very sad. Like people gotta like make sure they get wills done properly. Because don't be giving shit to people who don't deserve it and don't give a fuck about you. That's not good. But it's your life, you do what you want. But my dad, hey Maria, how you doing? My dad and mom, we pressured them to do the will because if my mom and dad were to die, my brother was gonna get everything because he's the oldest, right? So when he married this hoe, right, and had kids with her, we kept saying, "Look, you guys are getting older. they just got divorced like 6 years ago. But this is like 10 years ago we got the will done. And my youngest sister actually convinced my mom to do the will. And before they done the will, they pulled me aside and said, "Look, when we do this will, we rather put you on here and nobody else because you're the only one who takes care of the house and you do a lot for us. And that way, you get it and you lived here the longest." And I was like, "Nah, that's cool." I said, "I don't want you guys to do that. I think it's only right if all four of your children are on the will." I said, "You guys do whatever you want. I don't care." But I think that that's, fucked up. And then they're going to think that I conned you into doing it. They're going to think that I pressured you to do it. So I don't want to be like the bad guy, you know? So anyway, long story short, they ended up putting all our names on the will. And when and if my parents die, my oldest brother and my oldest sister, they're going to be the first ones at that table after the funeral to find out when they're gonna sell the house, when can they get their money, and when the fuck they can all get it because they need it and they want it because their life revolves around money. And that's the sad part of living and dying and having wills and having fucked up family members. It's very sad. I don't blame you, Tanya. Maria, I got your donation. You can ask your question. Maria Caballero. Yes, I got it. Thanks. Hey, Marley, how you doing? Yeah, it will, Tanya. Things will work out. You know. The thing is you guys were together for 10 years. You said, right, Tanya? So once you're together for a certain amount of time, right? I think like it's like almost automatic after like 10 years. I think that's how it is here in Bermuda too. Like if you're married to somebody over 5 years and then they pass away, like it automatically goes to you because you're married to them. Unless they had like a sneaky letter somewhere saying "fuck my bitch ass wife, she just wants my money. When I die, I give everything to Mark, my best pal and buddy." Something like that. But there's a lot of people who get upset when they don't get shit. But to me, I told everybody if I weren't on that list, it wouldn't make no difference to me because I don't need your fucking money. I got my own, and I got my own life, and I'll make my own money. I never depend on somebody leaving me something, or I don't wait for the day my parents die so I can sell their house. Like I never think about that. I want my parents to live as long as they can and enjoy their life. I don't give a fuck about no money and no house. When I die, that shit's gonna be there. That's what I told my widow neighbor. She had tears in her eyes. I said, "Look, don't cry. I didn't say it to make you cry, but when you die, everything stays the fuck here. You ain't taking shit with you. And because you're in that house and you see all of their belongings, they didn't take shit. So if you think being greedy and being nasty, then you go right ahead. You'll see where that's gonna get you. When you come before God one day, when you're dead, in your spirit, and you say, 'Hey, Remember this? Remember this? Look, I'm gonna show you your bank account. Remember that? Look, it's all gone now, you dumbass. Yeah. All right, Maria, you said her name is Yadira. A couple weeks ago at work, this supervisor made a comment about me and a girl at work with a BBL and said my body is better because her BBL and legs look funny and I look more hella good. Oh, good lord. She must be a lesbo. Or maybe, yeah, actually, I read that wrong. That my bad. uh, Actually, her name is Yadira Lopez. Oh shit. Oh, the girl you was compared to. What was this, a male supervisor? My bad. I don't want to assume things. Yes, please do, Marley. I haven't even got to LZ because I'm dealing with number one Maria. Then after that, I got to deal with LZ, and then number two Maria. Until number two Maria's here, but in actual fact, there's three Marias. Yeah. What does she really think of me? I feel like she doesn't like me or she's insecure about me after all that. Like I feel like I can feel her eyes roll when I walk in the room. Am I present? What's her real thoughts of me? We smile at each other here. Okay, so you want to know what this lady thinks about you after being compared? All right, cool. It was a man supervisor. Okay, never mind. I thought it was like a lesbian comment. But it's cool. I like lesbians. They're cool. So he was like, yeah, Maria's juicier than Yadira. That's cool. It's okay to say that. It's a preference. You were like, I like Maria's. She got offended hella bad. I reported him. Oh shit. They're probably laughing like fuck. Well, she thinks that the male supervisor has something for you. Like she thinks that you like that he likes you, and she thought that she would be okay with it, like maintaining her peace, but then she feels jealous of you now. She feels jealous and she might even like, cause delays or like cause things to be bad. Um what spirit's saying is keep to yourself and like just keep your eye on her. She might like, act up or whatever, but I think she's like kind of scared of you. Like she's probably like says, I better not fuck with her because, I don't know what she's about. I don't know what she's gonna do. But the reason he made that comment is because he likes you better than her. And he probably wanted to piss her off too and cause conflict because maybe he feels like she's jealous of you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, that's why I'm saying she feels like she, knows that you obviously she knows your aunt. So that's probably why I got that card. Like she's kind of scared of you or doesn't want to say nothing to you. Like she keeps the peace with you, I feel, but she's low key jealous of you. Like I got jealousy and I got like wanting to like dispute with you, but she knows it's gonna be bad on her part. It's gonna make her look guilty and make her look like she really is jealous, but she is. But she's jealous more because that the supervisor likes you more than her. Man, it's his preference. Like fuck. People are so sensitive, like, and it's always like adults. I understand kids being sensitive and kids feeling like they're getting bullied. Oh my god. I stood up to bullies back then. I ain't giving a fuck about no bully. I get slapped. Bully me and ain't gonna come out well. So like I feel like this chick is sensitive and she's jealous and she's kind of scared to like say something to you because she knows it might not end right. Miss Bikini, you probably popping them pills, muscle relaxers. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right. That's why she's acting the way she does. And you know what I tell women that are in that position? Look even better tomorrow. Piss them off even more. That's why God didn't make me a woman. I'd be the richest hoe in the world. God said, no, 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 the gender reveals has to be early for this motherfucker. No, we gotta make him a man. No, 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 we can't make him a woman. Hell no. Aquarius bitch too? Oh no, hell no. This guy, he's got bad intentions. She's gonna be a hoe and she's gonna make money. We can't have that. But that's what I tell women. Look better the next day so you can irritate them. Because I know how you women are. You get jealous of each other's looks. And if you know someone's jealous of your looks, look even better. That's what I would do. That's why I can't be no damn woman. Hey Fiona, how you doing? Oh well. She could do something about it, you know? She could do something about it. There's a lot of things you can do to make yourself look better. You just gotta do it. That's all. That's our problem, not yours, fucker. That's what I would say. That's our problem. Just keep looking good and do your thing, Maria. That's what I would say. I mean, don't do it out of spite, but just do it just to, you know, be like, yeah, whatever. LZ, you said IKED to the Scorpio? What the fuck is that? That's some new code word? Yeah, hell yeah, Maria. No problem, sweetheart, anytime. You be worrying about these people too much, girl. That's not the only thing on crack, I tell you. All right. He shows up here in the reading, so looks like he enjoyed the conversation he had with you. But he also like, um, I also feel like he wasn't completely being honest with himself or you or other people. I get like tricky energy around him, or him like capable of like lying and talking shit and like saying things that he doesn't really mean. But he shows up here in the meeting in the reading. But he did enjoy talking to you about work and catching up with you. But you know, it's only because like he had to concentrate on what he had to do as far as work, and that's the only reason why he probably did that. Yeah. Right now, he probably has some anxiety over the whole thing. Um, I don't really see her here, so I guess it wasn't really a issue for her because at the end of the day, she's the one with his D, not you. So she wouldn't worry about it anyway. But I think he like kind of lied to her. If you felt like he lied to you, then that's the case. But if he didn't, if he didn't lie to you and you felt like he wasn't being genuine, then he probably lied to her about some shit. Cause I get him being like lying and being tricky and deceptive and like capable of like making her believe something that was not there. Like, yeah, I get that's what happened. But otherwise, that he enjoyed talking to you about work and getting things done, and he feels like he can deal with you because, you know, you're concentrated more on work and not him, obviously. But it looks like he's still like going through some anxiety and being impatient, and he's making some type of actions that he shouldn't be making and shouldn't be doing. Looks like he's still dealing with money problems too. That's what I'm getting. Like the cards, like are really describing more him, like like what's going on with him. But he always there's never like a good energy that comes out of that guy. Okay. I was saying too, I heard rain and I see rain on the radar. I knew I weren't tripping. Yeah. So you said found out more teachers around the district were screwed out of their test score bonus, not sure to go union route or talk to principals at my school. Do both. The thing is, like I told you last time, right? When you asked me this, the best thing to do is you said that they were going to have a meeting. So go to the meeting, go to the appointment meeting, see what they say before you go any type of route and say, hey, look, I spoke to a couple people. We all got screwed. What the hell's going on? And then say, if you don't want to talk about it, then we're going to go to the union and go this route or that road. Mm. It's that if you do talk to your principals, it still might not. It might you might get something resolved to a certain extent, and things will be okay. But it's going to be an inconsistent like answer or inconsistent like bullshit. Like you might not get like the whole 9 yards. So even if you do talk to your principals, it looks like you still might have to like threaten them with like going to the union or going to some other way, like right. The thing is you have to. My whole thing is this: if you, my dog's snoring out of control back here. If you hear, she just this dog's something else. Look, I'm gonna share it to you real quick. You don't get tired of snoring all goddamn day? That piece of bacon. She kind of woke up a bit because of my chair. That's why I did it. I can't be doing readings and listening to her fucking snore all night. That should be aggravating. Throw her ass outside. Well, the thing is if you all come together and go the union route, then I see that it's possible you'll get whatever you. Like I said to you the other day, whatever route you take, it looks like you'll get what you want. And now that you're saying that other people got screwed, there's no way in hell all these people are gonna say, yeah, we're not gonna take it. But as I was before I got interrupted by Diamond, um, I was gonna tell you that. Remember how you said like by getting these scores, you're eligible to get this money. Now, is that like a thing? Like, is it just a word of mouth or is it actually in a contract? Is it actually like a thing? Like, is it, guaranteed? So if you can find the paperwork that says, hey, look, we're supposed to get it, then that's there's no ifs, ands, or buts. So that only you know that information. So if you can if it is a thing and then you're saying but, then if there's a but, then there's no good. I like butts, and I cannot lie, but right. But if your exact scores were bullshit, right? Then that means that, you know, they would say, okay, well, your scores are this and they have nothing to hide. But if they're acting shady, then obviously that, everybody had better scores and they're owed this money. And that's a lot of money to just dish out. So that's why they're probably like, you know what, we're trying to, maybe Doge has something to do with it, and they're trying to cut these expenses down. So you're gonna have to talk to Elon. You're gonna have to talk to Elon Musk, see if if there's in the budget. That's what it could be too, like trying to cut costs. Make sure you guys don't get no money. Marley has his number because Marley has Starlinks. So her and Marley talk. Him and Marley talk. I mean, right, Marley? Right. So that's what I'm trying to say. Is they're trying to probably like cut costs or do something where they're trying to cut some people's throat and not give the full thing, which is normal for people who do bullshit. A lot people think that a lot of schools like make money and shit like that, or they have money, but in actual fact, they really don't, because there's always like a hand that goes into the pot, if you know what I mean. It happens here, it happens everywhere. I don't understand how you have, like, for instance, you have like a school that has, I guess, what, 300 students maybe or more. I don't know, I'm just guessing. If it's a private school and you're paying like 20 grand a year, you know how much money that is. And then you got the nerve to say you can't pay this and you can't fix that and you can't do this. Like, are you fucking crazy? And then they're gonna say, oh, well, not everybody pays the 20 grand up front. But what about the thousands and thousands of dollars you're getting every payment? It can be like this school's been around for like years. So what are you talking about? What it is shady ass principals, shady ass accountants, people that are dipping into that pot. Oh, so and so had a mishap. We're gonna give her some money. Don't tell anyone. You ain't gotta pay it back. Let these motherfuckers pay for it. I'm telling you, there's so much shady shit that goes on, and I know it does because I know for a fact that this world's full of corruption, and when it comes to money, people think that they're gonna die with it. Newsflash, you ain't. Not one spirit have I ever talked to told me that they took everything that they had when they were living, and they won't, because it don't happen. Not one of them say, "Hey, Mark, I still got my money." That's why I fuck these cruel, rude, nasty, greedy bastards. Well, then they should be giving it to you guys because you got the bigger scores. That's crazy. They'll find a way to con people, but even though I still get that you'll get something out of this, so it doesn't look bad for you. I still see something coming out of it, but it might just take time. That's all. All right, Maria P. Maria number two. Pain in the ass. I got the I'm sure you are excited. You probably got some deep, but you ain't telling nobody. I know. Yeah, you will. The cards say that you have a good chance, LZ. It doesn't tell me no. It tells me that there is like a good chance you'll get, the money, if not some of it. I guess you're just gonna have to probably wait or see what everybody else says, or maybe there was like some bullshit that happened. There's a lot of bullshit going on right now everywhere. I've heard of a lot of people, when it comes to money, there's always some bullshit. It's like there's it's just like the will thing that I'm dealing with. There's always another form. There's always another paper. You have to email the copies. Then you have to send it by mail to get to the other people. And if you don't send it by FedEx shit, then you're going to be waiting even more. And out of these 12 people, who's to say that they're going to send the mail by FedEx? I could be waiting another fucking month. You see, because people are just people. They're just ignorant. And I've told other people that even when they apply for a job, people, it's all about money and how whoever's in that department or whoever's in charge, if they take their sweet fucking time, then you have to wait. You can't just go and bash the person's head in at the place and say, "Hey, I interviewed for this job. Where the fuck's my job? You better give it to me or I'll kill you." You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna get you nowhere. That's why like people gotta understand that when you're in a predicament where you're dealing with other people and dealing with other people's decision making, you're fucked. You have to wait and you have to like fight it and you have to see what happens. Like it's just a load of bullshit, man. It's so fucking annoying. But the good will prevail eventually. That's how you got to look at it. All right, Maria, I see you wrote me a paragraph. Thank you so much. I love reading. Your paragraphs keep me up with my reading skills. So I want to thank you for that. Okay. Yes. ELA. I have an abbreviation for everything. So I'll let you know what my ELA meaning means. All right, let me see what I got here. Dan the man. How the hell are you? Yeah, I was even when it comes to money, lots of shady shit around here. Damn right. That's why I stay away from money situations. I don't really get myself involved in too much money shit. I don't really care about money stuff. I always tell people the last thing on my mind is like worrying about money. You know what happened to me today? I went to my mom and dad's to cut the grass, and I put like the line that you put in the weed whacker. Right, I put the line in my money pocket. So when I pulled out the line, my money fell on the ground. I had like maybe $53 cash in my pocket and my card. Right, and usually what I do because I'm gonna end up sweating or whatever, I usually take my money out of my pocket and put it in my glove box of my car while I'm working. So that way my pocket and my money don't get wet or something happen. So I pulled out that thing and I didn't look down. I just started. I wired up, put the line in the weed whacker, got everything ready to cut the grass. Then I looked behind me. I said, "What the fuck?" I saw a $20 bill and a 10 and a two. I went like this. I said, "Oh shit, that's my money." Right? But it was in the yard, so it was cool, right? It weren't going anywhere. And then I said, "Fuck, I'm missing a 20." I said it must have blew underneath the car or something, or maybe maybe I just didn't bring it or whatever. I don't know. So then when I finished cutting the grass, I come around the corner of my car, and then there's a 20. There's the other $20 bill, and it was windy, so it got caught like somewhere and it ripped. Right. So when I got home, I had to tape it, and I was like, "Look at this shit! I'm just throwing away money here. Fuck me." Thank God nobody was around there and saw it and like took my shit. But it was in the yard, so like nobody really saw it. But and then when I drove off, I looked in the back and I said, "Yeah, there's nothing else there. I'm good." Well, yeah, that's what happened to me today. But at least I had all the money there. That's good. At least it didn't fly away. Yeah, I just came out of there with a rip 20, but I taped it back up. All right, Maria, let me check, see what's going on with you. Well, I do see work issues here. So I know you said you and Walter have work issues. I do see work issues continuing for the next couple of days, or at least like, tomorrow's Friday. So I would say work issues will continue tomorrow and probably continue for the next 3 days if you are working. I feel like work is like causing issues, or like you might just be preoccupied when you go to work and you know that you have more skill than other people. You and Walter might be like, we go to work, we have the skill, we have the knowledge, and we do what we have to do. But it's too bad these other idiots are here and they don't do their job properly, or we have to deal with the mediocre and lack of, quality that we have around us. Sometimes you can do your job the best you can, and there's always going to be some other idiots that are not exactly like doing their job, and you're like, what the fuck is this person even here for? But that's normal for like every job anyway. There's always going to be people that don't do shit, and there's always going to be people that do too much. So I feel like both of you have that in common right now. um, Also, like what I get here is you might have a lot of wishful thinking, and I know you do that. You wish for a lot of things in your mind, but you gotta determine whether or not it's really real or it's just something that you're wishing for. So spirit wants you to face reality and say, look, I know you imagine things, I know you wish for things, I know you live in like this fantasy world with Walter and you want everything to be great, but it ain't gonna be that way. They're saying that, you're gonna have your issues, you're gonna have your problems, and you're gonna have situations arise. But and even though like you may feel like you appear good and know that, you might have like you might need like a reality check with yourself and say, you know what, I wish for a lot of things. I want this to happen. I want that to happen. But when it doesn't happen, don't go crazy. Don't think that it's never gonna happen. It's good to wish for things. It's good to think that way. At least your wishful thinking can actually happen one day, but make it a reality instead of a fantasy. You know what I mean? So be real about it. You can wishful think. I wishful think every day, you know? But I know what reality is and what a fantasy is. Now the good thing is you guys will see each other and you'll have fun. And like I said, you guys might go somewhere and go on a, like a little adventure, a little trip or something, a little like getaway, or go for another bike ride or something like that. I do see you guys hanging out and having fun. Um, but you can, like, either one of you can get a new job, or and you have like a lot of possibilities to make things happen, but you can't make it an obsession. You can't make like life an obsession. You can't keep obsessing over shit you don't have. You can't keep obsessing over things that you can have right now. You can dream about it, you can think about it, you can wish for shit, and you can be enthusiastic about it, and show initiative and do whatever you want. But if either of you look for a new job or you want a new job, it's very possible that you can have it, or even like a upgrade where you are. And I've told you this already, and you said that July you might be dealing with that. So it still is possible a month from now that you're going to hear about a new job, or a new this or a new that, you know? So that's definitely in the cards here, and I see that from time to time. The only other thing is, like, you might fear that you've lost a lot of friends, or you feel like you don't have any valued friendship around you. And this might make you feel unsafe, or make you feel like something's wrong. But in actual fact, if people leave your life or don't want to be your friend, it's actually a blessing. And I tell people, if somebody gets rid of themselves out of your life, that's a good thing. It's not good to have too many friends anyway. Friends are like your teeth when they don't fucking hurt. Quote by my mom and my grandma. Yeah. Well, that's good. If you had a meeting and it went good. So that means that, things can change for you, and things are going to get better. Like, the both of you have unlimited possibilities, but the possibilities are for everyone is unlimited. Everybody has possibilities. It's just a matter of, living in the reality and the time of the possibility. And some people have possibilities, but they just don't take them. They rather obsess about something else, or they rather stay the way they are because it's working for them. A lot of people don't want extra responsibilities and extra shit because they're too comfortable with their lives. I was gonna say something rude, but yeah. Yeah, some people are actually, I'm going to say it. Some people are actually comfortable with their pathetic lives. People are pathetic. They just think that, oh, yeah, I don't want to do more. Fuck that shit. I do enough now and don't get paid. And then. People always bitching and moaning about their lives and shit. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying like people in general. Well, he's right. You do open up your mouth too much, and you say you worry too damn much, and that's gonna end up, you know, sending him away, or he's gonna be like, I need to get away from this damn woman. I tell you, don't like be too much, like, because he's got enough going on as it is. And if you aggravate him enough, he's gonna be like, yeah, I'm tired of this fucking woman. You know? So try not to bother him, try not to aggravate him. And he must say the same thing I do. She's a pain in the ass, but at least you don't disrespect me. So you're asking me like the same question. I tell you, I don't see anything bad here. It's more about like when you ask me for a general reading, that's what I give you. So you didn't say specifically what did he think about my date today. So you asked me for a general, and the general reading says it's more of like a work issue and work problems and like having these possibilities to make things better, and you will see them eventually. Rudy, what you laughing at? I got 12 people in here now, and I knew you was one of them. I got a lot of sneak watching tonight. Don't all talk at once. How you doing, Rudy? How's things going? Not okay? That's all right. Just make sure it is okay eventually. It can't always be bad. As long as you're okay, like physically, and you're not in the hospital, then you're okay. Yeah, I know. A lot of people like to listen to me talk shit. They're probably laughing in the background, especially when Maria's here. They were like, Mark holds up Maria, talk shit to her. Maria's like always here asking about her love life. It's not easy. I gotta put up with all these people. But there's no disrespect, so it's cool. Like we all talk a lot of shit and have fun. That's the way it should be. As long as ain't nobody disrespecting nobody, we're good. That's all. Maria, I'll give you a love card for you and your Walter. How about that? Just for you. Just because you give me kisses without Walter knowing. You be sneak cheating on me. I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen. She'd be obsessed as fuck. There's nothing I can tell this damn woman that would ever make her go sleep not worrying. You know that? There's people in life you can say whatever you want. I think she looks at me like this and says, "Yeah, I see Mark's mouth moving, but I ain't heard a damn thing he said, but I'm listening." She's one of those people. Don't worry, Maria, you're one of 1 billion. Oh, good Lord. I swear I talked to her myself. Jesus, please help me. Dan, don't encourage her to think that. Dan be like, I get kisses too. I better make sure I get mine. Let's see. Dan wanted damn kisses. Dan's priming her up. And then look, she says, "Thank you, Dan, with all the hearts and kisses." Dan just wanted kisses, that's all. He be bullshit Maria get some kisses. Typical Leo. All right, let me stop talking shit. All right. Love you, Dan. All right, Maria, look, this is you holding Walter, and Walter be like, "Thank God I'm sleeping. I damn woman aggravate me. She gotta touch my damn head. Fucking irritate me." And it says, "Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. You might find his brain, and he might find yours." I don't know where I come up with this shit. sometimes I think spirit talks through me. Your sister is a Leo. I feel sorry for you. All right, Maria, I see you sent another question because you can't resist. Oh, good lord! I swear I answered this question already, but you just don't want to, you know, you don't want to listen to me. You're a Leo cusp. She can drive you nuts. See, I was right. See, I knew it. I don't blame you, Walter. Poor Walter. I feel sorry for Walter. Oh, anyway, okay, Maria. What I would say, what he thinks about the date and how it was, he still has like a lot of love for you. He feels the love from you. There's a lot of deep emotional feelings from him. He thinks that everything's okay. He likes to like, he likes to think that, he's in control and he can make sure that everything's going to be okay. He means well. He wants to continue to be kind and compassionate to you, but at the same time, he's when he's not active with you, that's when he has a problem with himself because he knows how you are. But he also thinks that you have, you always say you're worried, right? He thinks your faith is not that great. He thinks you don't have faith in maybe yourself and the connection that you have with him. You're always worried. He senses your worry. He senses that um, that you do worry, and he wants to make sure that your friendship and relationship is valued. But he thinks that you don't. He thinks that sometimes you don't feel that way because his inactivity with you. But otherwise, that he just, like I say to many people, when you ask me how does he feel about the date, he's gonna feel like everything's okay. Like I tell you, he feels deeply for you, he loves you, all that shit. But when everybody knows that your mind plays tricks on you and your mind has a lot of things on it, right? Well, I feel like I don't get like a pissed off I don't get a pissed off energy. What I get is like he thinks that you probably don't like get that he doesn't need to be reassured every fucking day. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't need to be reassured that you love him every day. He doesn't need you to feel worried every day that he's not going to, give you 100% or whatever. And he also thinks when he's not like around, that maybe you feel even more different about him or feel like what the heck's going on. So this last card I have here pretty much says like he might feel sometimes that because of the way your lives are, that there's always going to be an issue that you guys use and like you guys have, I mean, with other people, and it affects how you guys are with each other, if that makes sense. No, you don't need to reassure him of nothing. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You don't have to reassure him of shit. If you tell him every day, if you talk to him every day, what is there to reassure you about? Like I told you a million times, and I'll tell you a million one times, right? You've known him long enough to know what he likes, what he doesn't like, how he is and how he isn't, right? Another thing you gotta understand, which a lot of women and men need to understand, and I'll tell you, and I have no problem in saying this to people, is when you're in a relationship with somebody, sometimes the more you're up their ass, the more they wanna get rid of you. You know? You gotta give people space, you gotta give people time, you gotta give people their peace. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is you guys are together, right? But you're not living together. You're not like married. You're a boyfriend and girlfriend, and you see each other when you see each other, and if that's the way it is, then that's the way that it is going to be. And if I know you want more, there's always one person that wants more than the other. There's hardly ever a mutual agreement, you know? So if you feel like you're pissing him off, or you're doing too much and he tells you, you're getting too hyper, you need to turn it the fuck down. That's it. Like I tell women all the time, turn it down, sweetheart. But see, a lot of people have a hard time because they never really had someone decent in their life. So when they do, they get carried away. But hey, what do I know? I just think that sometimes it's good to not be with somebody every damn day, or want to see him every damn day, or even talk to him every damn day. That a woman would drive me fucking nuts if she did that shit to me. I don't want that everyday shit. Now, if we're together and we're living together, then that means I can actually tolerate you every day and we're good. But yeah. But telling him that is not telling him too much. You can tell somebody you love him and shit. And you could tell him like, my heart is this and that. That's fine. I'm not saying like that's an issue. That's not an issue. You're telling him about what you want, how you feel. And that's why I got that card. Deep emotional feelings. Feelings of love. I always tell you everything is cool between you guys, but you seem like you want it not to be. You keep worrying. Oh hell yeah. I wish I had a tranquilizer for a lot of people. They be sleep all day. You gotta let him breathe. Let me ask you something, right? You ain't gotta answer if you don't want to, but I know you will. Who calls who first? Who makes the first initial contact every day? You or him? This is how I'm gonna know what I'm saying is the right thing. Who makes contact the majority of the time, the very first contact of the day? Who makes the very first contact of the day more, you or him? Bang. So why the hell are you worrying about shit? If you got a man, see, and you act like something's wrong. See, you're the fucking problem. See, I knew it. It's you. Damn Marias. Fucking Marias, man, I tell you. Don't name your child Maria. Maria's are crazy as fuck. I know, man. That's why I'll never date a Maria. See? He does in the morning. He wakes me up with kisses and love. And here you are doubting the man, aggravating him, pissing him off. And then you're sitting here asking me every day about how he feels. Obviously he feels great, like I always tell you. He feels great about you and him. It's his personal life that's a problem. And that's normal with everybody in life. But why are you worrying about that for? You worry too much. There's nothing to worry about. When you worry, you bring negative energy to the relationship. I'm trying to teach you that. There's nothing to be worried about. That's why I asked who contacts who first. And you're telling me he wakes you up with hugging, with kisses and shit, and you're over here worrying about this man, whether or not he worrying about you and shit. See, look. Oh, Jesus, please help me, man. I don't know what I want to. Please, Jesus, heal this woman of her brain. Enjoy it instead of doubting it and being worrisome. If you're worrying, it's going to cause problems. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I hope what I'm saying registers in your brain. You see, I just proved something to you just now. See, I know you're listening, but I'm just saying. Did I make sense by see the thing that I asked you, like who contacts who first? See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, and I tell you this every single day that you don't have to worry about your connection with him. It's you and him's personal lives that get in the way, and sometimes the personal lives that we have can affect the relationship you have with someone if you make it about you and you guys don't. You just talk about it, but you're in love with each other, and that's good. And if he's contacting you every day doing that shit, that shows that you're on his mind and nothing else. So there's nothing to be worried about. You're worrying about absolutely nothing. See, and the thing is don't compare your lives, and that's the worst thing you can do, because when you start comparing your lives, or comparing like your life to his, if you do or don't, even if you talk about it more than your life more than he does, like that's a bad thing to do in a relationship, because then you're going to make it about you and make it about just what you deal with and how you suffer and how you do this and how you do that. And that's why I'm single, because I don't want to be listening to your fucking problems every day. I'm with you because I want you and I to be, together doing our thing. We'll leave all that shit, for when we deal with our work and when we deal with our lives. But when we're together, we shouldn't be talking about negative shit. And I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying people in general. That's why their relationships don't last. And another reason why people's relationships are fucked up, and they're because there's no communication, and they always think that their lives are worse than someone else's. And meanwhile, people are out here dying and in the hospital. Meanwhile, you're home and you're perfectly fine. You're just worrying about some bullshit, you know? But everything looks okay. I just think it's you worrying too damn much. Right. But I'm saying you can, but don't make it your main focus. That's the only thing that I suggest, is when you talk to the person you love and the person you're with, you could talk about your problems and your issues and shit, because there's not going to be perfect days. There's going to be days where you're going to say your bad shit to your partner or whatever, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying you're not supposed to. That's what partners are for, to be there in hard times and good times and so forth. But to make it an everyday thing is not good. To do shit every day, every day is not good. But that goes in one ear and comes out the other to some people. But try to, like, just if you've lasted this long with him, then that's telling you something. And I just proved to you that he's not the issue. He's texting you every day, calling you every day. He's the one who initially calls in the morning, sends you love and kisses. What fucking more you want, woman? You know how many women would love to get that? love for a man to make the first communication. How many women in here, right? How many women? Let's take a fucking survey. How many women in here, even if you're not with somebody, even the last person you were with, don't lie. Tell me, do you like when the man calls you or texts you first? Don't lie. Tell me, do you like it? Is it do you like that better than you doing going out of your way to call them first or text them first? So if a man texts you first, don't you like that? Hell motherfucking yes you do, and don't lie. See? There you go. Good morning, beautiful. That's the type of shit that I do. Even though in the morning she ain't beautiful, but I'll just tell her that to make her happy. She be wiping them boogers out of her eyes, hair all over the place, no makeup, drool out of the side of her mouth, nasty ass breath. That's why it's a tax. Good morning, beautiful. I know what you look like, but even though you woke up on the wrong side of the bed without me, I'm just teasing, guys. But I know that's a fact. Women would love to have a guy who texts them every morning or like makes the initial contact because that's a man thing to do. And if a woman does it, they think that, if I don't do it, then he ain't gonna say nothing. He's a loser. He's this, he's that. He's fucking cheating on me. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't love me. Wham, wham, wham. I've never been that way. I'm always upfront. If I really like you, I'm gonna ask you out for sure. That ain't gonna be no like ain't no nervousness because if you reject me, then I know God saved me from a hoe. That's how I look at it. All right, Maria, take care, sweetheart. Wish you a good day tomorrow. And listen to Uncle Marky. Sweet dreams to you too about Walter. Thanks for the kisses. I'll take them. Don't tell Walter though. But, you know, I noticed how I didn't get an answer from a lot of women, but yeah, there you go. All right, Rudy, I'm sorry I won't cheat on you. Rudy's getting jealous. She can't have other women kissing me and shit. It's okay, Rudy. I'm not cheating. It's an online thing. It's virtual kisses. It's different. Virtual kisses ain't cheating. Oh shit. It ain't easy, yo. All right, guys, I gotta go sleep, man. I gotta get out of here. Tomorrow's a holiday here, but I have to get up early and take my sister to tomorrow's a holiday here and they do like this big run and my sister's running tomorrow and I have to take her to her location at 9. So I gotta be up in 7 hours to take her. So I better go sleep now. So it's 1:40 here. I need to go get my ass to sleep. Time flies when you have fun. Kiss for you, Rudy. I won't cheat on you, I promise. All right, good night, Rudy. I hope things get better. How long does it take for me to fall asleep? I'd probably say about 10 minutes, especially at this time. If I go to bed early, it takes longer for me to go to sleep. But right now, I'm actually pretty tired. I'm gonna go sleep I'm probably gonna sleep quick. Probably like 10, 15 minutes. I'll be asleep. What I do, I go upstairs. I pray before I go to sleep. I give gratitude to God. I pray for all my family, myself, my dog, and then I reflect there for a hot minute. I turn on all my alarms and my cameras and shit, and then I go sleep. That's what I do every day when I leave here. Well, sleep can come easy, and I have a good remedy to tell you. And when you lay down and you close your eyes, think of all positive things, even if it's wishful thinking. Just start thinking about all good things. If you think about worrisome things or bad things, it's gonna take longer for you to sleep. There's a saying that says you should always go sleep happy, don't go sleep mad. So if you're not mad, which I don't think you are, but my suggestion to get good sleep and sleep right away is to close your eyes and think of all positive things in your life. And if you want to do some wishful thinking, say, oh, damn, that guy's so hot. I wish I could have him in my bed. And just imagine you and that hot guy in your bed and you're hugging him and you're with him and you're just imagining things. And then your mind will be at ease and you'll go sleep. That's what I do. I dream about a certain hoe every night and I'll just go sleep. Sometimes I do that. All right, I'll let you dream and wishful think to get your sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be here during the day. All right, Fiona, let me know how you make up. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow.